Our friends at Meinl Stick Brush sent us 11 pairs of drumsticks to try out. Let's get into it! Alright guys, and here is the box. So first things first, before we cut into anything, open anything, a big thank you to my friend Chris Brewer at Meinl Cymbals and Meinl Stick Brush for sending me these drumsticks. I'm so excited to get a chance to put them to the test on the channel. I was a Vader artist before. I'm now partnered with ProMark. I'm not an artist of theirs, but I am partnered with them. But I have been so curious to try out these Meinl Stick Brush drumsticks. I've had a chance to try them out a little bit in the past of 5As, but he sent me a whole smorgasbord here for us to try out, put to the test, and see if Meinl makes just as good of drumsticks and mallets as they do their cymbals. With that being said, let's go ahead and get into this box with a little bit of help from Okay, let's go ahead and get into it. That one made me dizzy. Let's see what we got here. Oh, nice. Oh, cool. Okay, so we got a whole bunch in here, you guys. Look at all these sticks. So again, this is from Meinl Stick Brush, and it looks like we got a little bit of everything here. So let's go ahead, we'll just go through each one, see what we got. So first and foremost, we got a set of standard 7As right here, looking really nice. They feel really, really good, you guys. I love the packaging, it looks really, really premium. But yeah, these sticks feel super nice. In the hand, they feel very balanced. They've got a nice kind of finish to them. They're not like super lacquery. I'm really excited to give these a test. These definitely feel like 7As. So let's keep going. Here are the standard 5As right here. Again, feel really nice. They feel like a nice 5A. They got a really, God, I don't know if that's picking up on the camera, but they have just a really nice feel to them. They're, how to explain it? Again, they're not like over lacquery where they feel sticky to the hand, you get lots of blisters, but they don't also feel like there's no lacquer where you're not gonna have any grip. We've got a standard 5B. Why these all say standard is they have long and heavy versions of each of their kind of core sizes. So this is again just a traditional 5B. Again, feels really, really nice in the hands. I just think that looks so classy. That like stick with the font and the color and everything, it just looks really nice. And again, these are made in Germany, where I am from. Oh, nice, check this out. So we now have some signature sticks here. These are the Luke Holland signature sticks. So definitely excited to try these out. They have a round over tip, kind of similar to Matt Halpern's ProMark model, but a little bit more kind of less ball shaped and a little bit more like directional, it looks like. But these feel really good in the hands. They're very thick taper, so they're definitely heavier towards the front, but they've got, of course, Luke Holland's name and signature right there on the stick. Looking really, really nice. Oh, nice. One of my favorite drummers of all time, Mr. Calvin Rodgers. I mean, he is an incredible drummer and an incredible dude. I got a chance to meet him at NAMM this past year, and he was awesome. Really, really small ball tips here, round tips. So these are gonna do a lot for cymbal definition, a lot for ride cymbals, hi-hat cymbals, and they're just gonna beat the crap out of the drums. I'm really excited about these. These are a little bit thinner than I thought they would be. Kind of between, pretty close to a 5A. But you can see there is his name, his signature right there. Just looking awesome. Oh, here we go. We got the beast himself, Mr. Alex Rüdinger, Mr. Rudy. Got your drumsticks here as well. Of course, the new drummer Trivium, but also just an incredible drummer out there. These now feel like big old chunks of sticks. I'm super excited to try these. Lately, I've been playing a lot more 2Bs, and these definitely feel much closer to a 2B. They're very thick. They've got his name on there, his logo, the AR right there, and then he's got kind of those arrowhead tips again, but much, much, much bigger. These feel awesome in the hands. I am so stoked to play these. They also look like they might be a little bit longer than the traditional stick. I'm just gonna put a ProMark stick next to it. They are, so check that out. Here's a ProMark 2B. You can see there's quite a bit more length on that. And it is about the same, it's a little bit smaller than a 2B. If that'll show up on the, I don't know if it's gonna show up on the camera. A little bit smaller than a 2B, but still, holy moly. This feels so good. I cannot wait to use these sticks. Oh, here we go. This is a good friend of mine. This Mr. Anup Sastry. He's a very good friend. He's also one of the best drummers out there. He's like the OG, one of the OG YouTube drummers. He's also played with a large number of bands, Periphery, Sky Harbor, among a lot of other bands. But check this out. These are also very thick, feel a lot more like 2Bs here as well, so I'm definitely gonna like these. But here's Anup's name, his awesome, such a cool logo that he has there. And then again, those kind of thick arrowhead tips. These feel even bigger than Alex's sticks, Rudy's, and they are. So they're also a bit longer than Rudy's sticks. You can actually see that right there. So they are quite a bit longer than Rudy's sticks. These feel huge, and honestly, I think I'm gonna like these a lot. Oh, nice, here we go. So this is another awesome drummer out there, the drummer for I Prevail, Mr. Gabe Helguera. He also owns and operates Drum Beats Online. He just got his signature stick recently, I think in the last couple of months. So really stoked to try out his sticks. Again, there is his name and his signature right there. So really stoked to try these out. He's got a more traditional kind of almond tip there, and really stoked. These feel kind of like longer 5As. So really nice. Yeah, they are pretty long. I don't know if that's showing up on the camera. I would guess probably somewhere around 17 inches. But yeah, these feel awesome. Like really premium in the hands. I cannot say his name for the life of me, but this is Clay Aeschliman? Aeschliman? I don't know how to say his name, but he's in Polyphia. Really incredible drummer. Again, a lot of cymbal definition, so he's got those kind of small ball tips similar to Calvin Rodgers. And these are relatively thin. Here's his name on the stick there, as well as his signature right there, looking really nice. But yeah, these are relatively thin. They've got those nice, again, really defined tips there. These are gonna be really cool to use. So now we have a standard 9A. I've never heard of a 9A before. I'm sure it's somewhere smaller than a 7A maybe. I'm not sure, it doesn't look like it. They feel very light. They're maybe a little short. And again, I didn't show this before, but all of these are made of American hickory, made in Germany, and they are weight and pitch matched. So I just wanted to make sure I showed that. But these are a standard 9A. They definitely feel thicker than a 7A. They feel a bit thicker than a 5A as well. Let's see if I can find that 5A really quick. The biggest difference between the 9A and the 5A is going to be the weight. I'm not sure why. Maybe the taper as well. Oh yeah, it's a much thicker taper. I don't know if you can see that. The 9A is on the left side there. Let me put my hand there so you can see. The 9A is on the left side and the 5A is on the right side. The 9A has a much thicker taper going down the stick. So it's weighted definitely differently. It's heavier in the front where the 5A is heavier in the back. Lately I've been playing a lot of 2Bs, and so I'm super stoked to get a chance to try out these standard 2Bs. Again, big Mamma Jammas right here. You can see there's the logo right there, standard 2B, made in Germany. Nice little kind of acorn type tips. Unlike the, I guess they're kind of also like the arrowhead tips, but yeah, these feel awesome in my hands. They feel not too heavy for a 2B. They actually feel really nice. But again, what I love the most about these sticks is the finish. They're not super tacky like a lot of drumsticks are. So that's it, guys. We got a bunch of different artist models, standard models, all different kinds of drumsticks here that we're gonna test out. So thank you again to Chris for giving us a chance to try out a few of the products over at Meinl Stick Brush. I cannot wait. So what we're gonna do now, guys, we're gonna take one of each and we're gonna go behind the kit and we're gonna test out how they feel and how they sound behind the kit in different styles of music and put them to the test. All right, guys, so now we are behind the kit and we are going to start with the smallest pair of sticks and kind of just, I have the most, if you can see that, I'll zoom in. I've got them all kind of just stationed down here so I can kind of keep grabbing them and trying them out. But we are going to put these sticks through their paces, but we are starting with the standard 7A. So now what we're gonna do is move up a little bit. We're gonna go up to the 5As here. Damn! I really like these sticks. These feel really good. All right, so we're gonna keep on with the standard models. Now we're gonna move up to the standard 5B. All right, guys, we're getting sweaty in here now. Now we're putting in some work. So now we've got the 2Bs. Now those feel good. All right, this is the last of our standard pairs before we move into the artist models. Right here, we have the standard 9A.
hours later.
All right, guys, so we took a small break really quickly just to make sure that we don't die. It's really hot in here today. But those were all the standard models. So now we're gonna go in through the signature models. And we're gonna start with a good friend of mine, Mr. Calvin Rodgers. Okay, holy moly. These sticks are freaking rad. I love them. I don't know if I'm saying that right or not, but these are the clay Aeschliman sticks. Now we're going to switch gears to Mr. Gabe Helguera. Whoa! These are the Luke Holland signature sticks. Shout out to my friend Luke Holland as well as my friend Matt Horn. Dude, these are awesome. This next pair is from a true beast behind the kit. This is Alex Rüdinger. Dude. All right, last pair, guys. This is our last pair. This is a friend who's very near and dear to me. This is my friend Anup Sastry. I've got to start with just saying a big thank you to my friend Chris Brewer and everybody over at Meinl Stick Brush. Thank you so much for sending us these sticks. Today we tested out a number of their standard models, the 7A, 5A, 5B, 2B, and 9A. And I gotta say, you guys, all of them felt really, really great. A nice weight, a nice taper to them, really nice tips. Again, everything about them, it just made me feel like I could do whatever I needed to do. I was really comfortable, they felt great in the hand, and again, you saw in the video, I could pretty much play whatever I needed to play with those sticks. I was specifically blown away by the standard 7As. Again, very thin stick. 7A is one of the smaller sizes you can get on drumsticks. That was ridiculous, that you can get with drumsticks, but these just felt really, really great in the hand. They're super durable, and again, I like the taper of them. They just felt really nice to play with, and I was really surprised. I haven't really liked playing with 7As in a really long time. I was also blown away by the 2Bs. You know, again, 2Bs are big, big, thick sticks, but again, because that weight is so nice and the tapers are in a really ideal place for the fulcrum, again, my hands never really got tired. I was able to just kind of rip through the drums and everything felt really, really good. Even though they're big sticks, they're just not heavy. Like, they feel really good and really natural in my hands. I also really like this kind of tip design right here. What I really like about these is just the way they sound on the drums and on the cymbals. They have a nice like tack to them, tactile hit. There's just a lot of articulation in these tips. It didn't matter which stick I was using, 7A, 2B, it didn't matter. You were getting articulation on each of the drum heads. It was really sensitive. I was able to do quick rolls, but then also really dig into things, especially because these tapers are so like thick towards the edge that the weight is just so well balanced that even when you're like crashing on things and really beating them up, it's just not really something you have to worry about. Also, I didn't break a single stick the whole time I was playing, which I think is a good sign. Not to say that you should expect to break a stick for just the first time using it, but again, you never know when you're getting sticks sent to you for the first time what the durability is going to look like. And so again, I was really pleasantly surprised. You know, so I was also really surprised by the artist models. Obviously, we had Rodgers, Aeschliman. I still don't know if I'm saying that right, so if I'm saying it wrong, let me know in the comments. But then, of course, we also had some really popular drummers, like we have Luke Holland and Gabe Helguera, which I will tell you guys, the Luke Holland sticks were really, really interesting. I liked the way they felt. They're kind of like a 5B, but they have this kind of interesting, what I'm calling like almost like a ball tip here. It's like a walnut or something. But these have like a crazy big taper going all the way to the end, really kind of, again, putting that weight towards the front end. But a lot of articulation. What I also noticed is a lot of these sticks are longer than your traditional sticks. Usually sticks are about 16 and a quarter inches long. A lot of these sticks were getting closer to 17 or more inches, which I thought was really interesting, again, for reach when you've got that longer stick. I think my favorite stick is tied for today. The first one is going to be Mr. Gabe Helguera. What I like about these is they've got like kind of a nice 55A, like in between a 5A, 5B diameter. They got a more traditional tip that we were talking about earlier right there, kind of like that almond tip that we were talking about. But they just feel really, really good in the hands. And again, I was able to do all the heavy stuff, but then also all the fast stuff really easily with these. But I said it was a tie. It's technically a three-way tie. Between that and then, of course, these two beefy boys. We have the Anup Sastry and the Alex Rüdinger. So the big difference between these guys is going to be the length of these sticks. You can see there's about an inch difference. There we go. There's about an inch of a difference between these two sticks. They're very similar. I would almost guess, yeah, they're basically identical diameter-wise. So from a weighting perspective, the Alex Rüdinger sticks have a little bit more of a balanced weight. Again, they're not as weighted towards the front, whereas the Anup Sastrys, whew, these are some freaking tree trunks, man. These feel awesome, but they're very heavy towards the front. In fact, you can kind of see, again, I know I'm not at the fulcrum, but even if we were to, look at that balance. Look at that. That's just balanced. I'm not doing anything. That's pretty incredible. So again, these sticks are just really well balanced. The fulcrum's a little bit further up because they're so long, but again, I kind of like that because you know you have that extra room in here and you got that extra reach. But again, guys, like these sticks are awesome. Every single pair that I used, I really enjoyed. There wasn't a single stick that I played that didn't inspire me in some way or not feel good in the hands. All of them felt really great in the hands. Again, I'm really, really in love with the way that they finish these sticks because they, again, are not too tacky, but they also have still some grip and they're not completely raw. If I were to rate these sticks, I'm gonna rate it in 5 categories. One, we're gonna start with versatility, and I gotta give this a 5 out of 5. I feel like I can play any music with these sticks, whether it's jazz or rock or funk or hip hop or death metal. I feel like these sticks can handle everything you throw at them. More importantly, there is a stick for everyone. So if you are looking for a thinner stick, you've got that option. If you're looking for thick sticks, we looked at like 6 or 7 different options that are all kind of between a 5B and a 2B option here. So there's like a stick for everyone with Meinl Stick and Brush. Number 2 is going to be durability. I got to give them a 5 out of 5 for durability. You know, I've got a stack of sticks over there, and all of them have like maybe little chips in them. Again, I was beating the shit out of these drums, and we didn't break a stick. We didn't really see any like big chunks flying off. Again, I didn't run into any issues with these sticks, and I've got to give them a 5 out of 5 for that. When it comes to the tips, I'm going to give them a 3 out of 5 for that, because some of the tips are really, really nice. Again, those kind of standard arrowhead tips, almond-shaped tips, those were really, really, really rad. The ones I didn't like as much were ones more like this, where it's like a ball, and that might just be my style. They are really good for articulation on the cymbals, but I felt like you weren't getting as much, I don't know, versatility as you were from some of the other tips, where these felt a little bit more focused towards cymbal articulation than anything else. Now the 4th category is going to be the feel, and I got to give these a 5 out of 5 for feel. It didn't matter which stick I was playing. The super thin ones, the super thick ones, long taper, long stick, short stick, different tips, different tapers, like I said. Every single one of them felt really natural in the hands, felt really easy to get my ideas out of my head and onto the kit. And again, that finish is just unreal. And then number 5 is gonna be price. You know, when we talk about raising prices all over the world, sometimes it's hard to find room in the budget for what I call perishables, or items that break, like sticks, cymbals, things, drum heads, things that you know you're gonna have to replace at some point in your journey. And these sticks are very affordable. In fact, at the time of filming this video, you can get these sticks at SWEETWATER for like 12 bucks, 13 bucks, 14 bucks a pair. Again, for the quality you're getting, the durability you're getting, these are definitely worth the price. So I was honestly pretty surprised to see that the Meinl Stick and Brush offerings were so affordable. And with that, my friends, that's gonna actually close up today's video. That's our review. That's what we thought of the sticks. But please make sure, if you like this video, hit that like button, and make sure to leave a comment down below. What was your favorite sticks? Do you use Meinl Stick and Brush? If not, what sticks do you use, and what size sticks do you prefer? And would you be willing to give these guys a shot? If so, check out the links down below. I'll be linking everything to Thomann or SWEETWATER, where you can pick up these sticks for yourself. But like I said, my friends, that is going to close up today's video. So please make sure, once again, like, comment, subscribe, and share, and I will see all of you in the next one. Sorry.